So this was a really fun pot. We were playing real deep stacks. We played on the deep tables at Poker Stars. I had pocket nines, and a pretty loose player opens under the gun. We're about 250 big blinds effective. It's a 3-6 table. I've got $1,500. My opponents have me covered. And a pretty loose player opens under the gun. I call a 9-9. And this fairly kind of spewy, kind of like regular that kind of wants to be dur, but he's not, and he just likes to get himself in all these 6 spots, but he's kind of not very good. But I mean, he's a winning player. He's good, by normal standards. I mean, he's top 0.1% of all poker players, I'm sure. But from the standard of high stakes, big winning regs on Poker Stars, he's kind of bottom run. So still a remarkable player in the grand scheme of things. But anyway, you get my point. 9-9, so he squeezes to 81. And, deep stack, I'm never going to fold a pair even out of position like that, especially not one as strong as 9-9, which is going to get set over setted much less frequently than a hand like 2-2 or 3-3. So I call a 9-9 out of position, and I get a great flop. However, still not, I can definitely lose a monster pot on this type of flop. It's a ace, 9, deuce, rainbow flop. So I decide on the flop that I'm going to just play the hand like that. I'm just going to play the hand really passively, because I feel like he's trying to rep aces and ace king pre-flop, and so he caught his flop, at least for the hand he either has or is trying to rep. And so if he's excited about repping it pre-flop, he might continue to be excited about repping it post-flop. And obviously if he has aces, I'm just going broke. I mean, I'm not folding ever middle set on an ace, 9, deuce, rainbow, just saying, hey, I guess you have aces every time. So not in this day and age of poker anyway. So I check to him, and he bets 111, which I knew he'd auto bet that flop, and he's going to bet it if he has ace king or aces. He's going to bet it if he has too high. So he bets the flop, bets 111, and I just don't see any point in ever putting in action ever. I want to be like, hey, I have ace queen, and my hand looks a lot like ace queen. When I check call that flop, I look like ace queen, because he's going to think sets might want to try and check raise him and put try and get all the money in against his ace king or something. And so I decide that he's going to think, if I just kind of rep an ace queen, ace jack suited type of hand, he's going to think, well, he's not going to want to get 250 blinds in the middle. He's not going to want to stack off that deep with just a pair, which he's right. And so I wanted to kind of rep that. So the turn came an 8 of clubs, so it's total rainbow. I mean, I guess Jack 10 picked up a straight draw or something, but nothing I'm too worried about. So on the turn, I check again, and he bets 311, and I try to use timing tells sometimes. Sometimes truthfully, I really don't use them too much, because I'm just on so many tables I don't even have time to really do all that stuff. But sometimes, I'll try to use them a little bit. And so one thing that's kind of good, timing tell wise, that you can do every once in a while, and again, I just don't even have the time to think about using it too much, but it can be a good one, is to if you have a big hand, quickly call the flop and then tank the turn. So make it look like, okay, I got this medium strength hand on the flop, I call you, and then it's the turn, it's oh shit, you made a big bet, now what am I going to do? And then you kind of call, and then insta check the river, just all right, I guess I make the crime call on the turn and check the river. And it can really encourage people to keep bluffing you when you kind of use those timing tells to your effect. So you know, I pulled out my timing till trick, which I use once a month or something, because I'm usually on so many tables, and I tanked the turn, like good time bank, 15 seconds into it, maybe call. And then insta-check the river when it was a queen of diamonds, and so I'm behind Jack 10, queens, and aces, but he can't have queens because he would have played the flop differently, certainly the turn differently. He can have Jack 10, and he can't have aces. But I mean, so what? If he has those, I just lose my money. And I check, and he could not have jammed $1,000 in there fast enough, and I quickly called, and he turned over king high. He had king 10 offsuit the whole time. So that was kind of nice to get that kind of value out of that type of hand. So yeah, that's what we got for hands, and I'm certainly going to be doing a lot of these, and please give me your feedback, and I will evaluate it and see how cool we can make this thing if you guys want it. Take care. Bye.